Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are watching from. Ty Talk Sports here is back with another video, and let's talk about the new Western Conference champions. The team who will be representing the West in this year's finals, the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, number one seed in the West this year, and they continued to show that they were the number one seed. Obviously, they swept the Lakers in 4 games after beating Phoenix in 6 and Minnesota in 5. Denver continues their dominant run in this year's playoffs, sending LeBron James and Anthony Davis home without letting them get a win under their belt. A dominant performance for Nikola Jokic as he averaged a triple-double in this Western Conference Finals, averaging 27.8 points per game, 14.5 rebounds per game, and 11.8 assists, winning the Western Conference Finals MVP trophy. Second player in history to do so, only other is Steph Curry, since they've introduced the trophy. But I want to talk about how well-rounded this Denver team really is, because obviously Nikola Jokic led the way this playoff series and throughout the course of the entire playoffs, but their second option player, Jamal Murray, during the Western Conference Finals, averaged 32.5, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. When your second option is averaging 32.5 points per playoff series, that means you're a pretty dang good team. You're in a pretty well-built position if your second option is averaging 32 points, especially in the playoffs. I mean, that alone right there it's over 50. It's pushing 60 points per game for those two combined. And then you got to account for the other players. Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Eric Gordon, who had a great series from time to time. Yeah, he struggled at times, but in Game 4, he really picked up, hit a couple of big three-pointers down the stretch, played some great defense as well. Aaron Gordon, who they traded for a few years ago, has shined in his role as a Denver Nugget, and man, he's been one of the big missing pieces that Denver has needed the past few years, and now has been able to go on a run like this during these playoffs. Also, being so well coached by Michael Malone. This team they're just winning. They're just a winning basketball team. They have a winning mindset. They have players who are hungry to win. And now look where they are, obviously now in their first finals appearance as a franchise, waiting anxiously to see if the Heat will close out in Game 5 or if Boston will continue to have a possible Cinderella story for these Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't want to talk about Denver too much, as we will be talking about them closer and closer as the finals are approaching. Let's talk about the Lakers. First of all, we're going to start off with the biggest headline of the past 48, 72 hours. It is on screen now. LeBron James is considering retirement per Chris Haynes, which is shocking. To see LeBron, who had a huge mindset of, I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to play with my kid. I mean, that would have been historical. We expected LeBron to play for at least another 2 years, because Bronny has obviously committed to the University of USC. And then, obviously, he'll play that year there, and then he'll play the year in the NBA. So when you do the math, it's simple. You assume that LeBron James will play at least another 2 years in the NBA, because obviously, he has to get through Bronny's year at college and then play Bronny's rookie season. Obviously, that would have been historic for all sports, not just the NBA. To see LeBron James, who is arguably the greatest player of all time, and his son, I mean, that would have been generational. We have never seen anything quite like that in all of sports. So to see that would have been historical, generational, whatever you want to call it. That would have been such an amazing storyline. And obviously, it was persistent about that. LeBron was very persistent on playing with Bronny. He always talked about how the number one player that I want to play with was my son. Like, it just seemed like it was due that LeBron James would continue his playing career at least till Bronny's rookie year. But we are now throwing up another tweet on screen as LeBron says, just because that's my aspiration or my goal doesn't mean it's his, and I'm absolutely okay with that. This is just a father move from LeBron James. This is him saying, like, hey, this is my goal, but his goals are more important, and I'm going to respect that, which is obviously such a great thing to do as a father. And so to see LeBron James' sudden switch up, though, it's interesting because that really plays more and more as to if he actually is going to call it a career after being swept by Denver, which obviously doesn't seem like the right way for LeBron James to go out. Another tweet is now on screen as LeBron says, quote, I'm still better than 98% of the NBA, maybe 95. And this is true. This is definitely true. LeBron James should be in everyone's top 10 current players, at least. I think you can put him top 5 behind guys in no particular order. Steph, Giannis, Luka, KD. I mean, those are 4 right there. But then is LeBron there? Do you put Kawhi there? Do you put Embiid there? Oh, you got to put Jokic there. I mean, like, so just alone. I mean, I've named 6 players in the past 15 seconds. So, I mean, yes, there's not many players who are better than LeBron James, but it's the superstars who are on LeBron's level that are just as, if not better than him. So it is a really huge development to see how LeBron has all of a sudden switched his mindset to possibly considering retirement from not playing with Bronny anymore. But let's not throw this possibility out the window. LeBron could easily take a year off. I mean, this is 2 completely different sports, but look at the Tom Brady situation. Tom Brady, I mean, it looked like he was never going to stop playing, and then he retired, and then 3 months later, he's like, oh, wait, no, I'm not done yet, I'm going to unretire. And obviously now he's officially done, but besides the point, LeBron James could easily have the ability to spend this year in retirement, make $46.8 million or something like that, rest up, and continue to stay in shape, and then when Bronny comes in the draft next year, just go wherever Bronny goes. Could that be what happens? It's not an impossible reality. Would I be shocked to see it? Not really, but I wouldn't be shocked to not see it. However, if that happens, if it doesn't happen, it really doesn't really shock me in either situation of what's going to happen in that possible scenario. But LeBron has to retire first. In my mindset, when you look at LeBron saying that he thinks he's still 90 or 95% better than the rest of the NBA, then why would you not continue playing? But LeBron has been playing for 20 years. Maybe he's just ready to hang it up. LeBron obviously is in everyone's top 2. So it is going to be an interesting offseason for the Lakers. They have so many free agents who are going to be on the board. They're going to have LeBron James, who is now potentially considering retirement. And what do you do with Anthony Davis? He can't stay healthy. He is a consistency liability. I mean, some games he looks like he's a top 5 player in the NBA. And then the next night it looks like, are we sure this is the right AD? Are we sure the Monstars didn't take his powers, you know? It's going to be an interesting offseason for the Lakers as they have so much on the table. Guys who are unrestricted free agents are D'Angelo Russell, Lonnie Walker, Dennis Schroeder, Tristan Thompson, and Troy Brown Jr. Restricted free agents are Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, and Malik Beasley is on a team option. So they have a lot of players that they need to try to bring back. They need to try and see if LeBron is going to stay. Or is there going to be someone that they want to target in free agency to keep him to stay? I mean, obviously, we all know this has been rumors for a while now that the Kyrie Irving situation in Dallas is not the best. I mean, Dallas traded for him, and now they didn't even make the playoffs, and Kyrie's unrestricted free agent. He can go wherever he wants. We'll see what happens, because this is going to be surely a one-off season for the books for the Los Angeles Lakers. That is all that I have to talk about here today on Ty Talk Sports. We'll be covering more of the NBA Finals and the rest of the Eastern Conference Finals as those games happen. So make sure you drop a like on this video, you drop a subscribe, and make sure you hit that post notification icon so you never miss when I talk about those things. Obviously, free agency is coming up. The draft is coming up. It's going to be fun. Obviously, NFL OTAs have started, so there's going to be a lot of content here. Obviously, summer is obviously now here. I've said obviously like 16 million times, but summer is here, and it's going to be a great season for Ty Talk Sports, At the Buzzer, and everything else I do on my channel. So be ready for that, guys. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, like, subscribe, notification, and until next time, this is Ty Talk Sports signing off. See you guys.